Huser cello stood backstage, gently running his fingers across the smooth curves of his cello. The hall outside was buzzing. Hundreds of people had gathered to hear his new composition. Waves of memory. He took a slow breath, stepped into the spotlight, and the entire room fell silent. Huser settled into his chair, lifted his bow, and began to play. The first notes were soft, almost like whispers. The melody rose and fell with emotion, filling the hall with warmth and longing. People leaned forward, completely drawn in by the magic he created. It was one of those rare moments when an artist and audience breathe together. But then, from the third row, a sudden voice cut through the music like a sharp blade. "Hey, that's all you got, Huser." A fan shouted mockingly. "You call this real music?" The hall gasped. A few people turned around, shocked. Others began whispering angrily, but Huser didn't stop. His bow trembled for only a second, the insult echoing inside him. But then he closed his eyes and let the emotion flow into the strings. Instead of playing louder or faster, he played deeper. Each note carried more feeling, like he was pouring his heart onto the stage. The hall softened again, quieting as if the music itself demanded respect. Even the insulting fan's voice faded under the weight of Huser's performance. But Huser wasn't done. He shifted into the second movement, a powerful, storm-like section. The cello roared with passion, and the audience felt every ounce of strength he was channeling. It was as if he transformed the insult into fire and used it to elevate the music far beyond its written notes. By the final chord, the hall sat frozen for a moment, and then erupted into applause. People stood, cheering and clapping, giving Huser a standing ovation that echoed across the room. The fan who insulted him looked around awkwardly. Even he seemed ashamed. Huser simply smiled, bowed, and said into the microphone, "Music speaks louder than anger. Thank you for listening." The crowd roared again. And that night, Huser learned something important. Sometimes the most powerful music comes from moments that try to break you, but instead make you stronger.